What's going on with you?
Man, so I'm here with Half and Woo, Fatal
Yeah,
Sins.
yeah, yeah. What it do? What it do? Woo! You boy, you
Woo.
live or everything that.
Definitely, man. Like your DC's hype is rap trio. Like,
Yeah,
how'd you guys become a group?
man, shit crazy, dog. Like, I was already in the group with some other people back in the day called NOC. You know what I'm saying? Those are my family members, and I think I just wasn't gangster enough at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was due to the arts and stuff, and I was just so inspired by it. And next thing um, I wound up just doing my own thing, and then I came up with, me and another friend of mine and my cousin came up with Fatal Sins. You know what I'm saying? And then we've tried to incorporate other people, in the group, and we had like 7 people, and then that group didn't work. After that, the next thing you know, it was just me and 2 other people, and then we started the group all over from scratch. And that right now, man, it's been rocking to the point that we had 7 people. Now we're down to 2.
Wow,
You know,
what you think is like the benefit of like being a group as opposed to being like a solo artist?
woo, no, the benefit of being a solo artist or a group. What do you think?
I mean, solo artists like you gotta do a lot by yourself. You know, a group you can always get help from a group. You can get advice from a group. You can better networking with a group. When you by yourself, I'm gonna say this: with more heads, you get a lot more done. I'm gonna say it like that.
For sure, yeah. What's like the DC music scene like?
Oh man! Hey, matter of fact, I want to introduce my DJ right here, DJ Lucky. I want him to answer this question right here.
The DC music scene is bright, it's popping, and it's getting hot. So everybody ready to party.
Okay.
I mean, DC has always been Chocolate City. You know what I mean? Like we always in the mix. You know what I'm saying? And we got a misconception. I think people think it's just go-go and go-go and guns. But like to be honest, man, we got a lot of like real talent up in this joint. You know what I mean? The talent definitely stemmed from New York. It stemmed from down south, Houston, Atlanta, Cali. But we actually do got our own swag just from the pits and the slums that we grew up in. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's definitely rugged out here. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got that. My Southeast niggas, they got a slang. You know what I'm saying? Real life.
Definitely. I was looking at your guys' social media and I see you guys have the Get It Girl challenge going on. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We was talking about that Get a Girl challenge.
The videos.
Yeah.
Well, we just trying to get some girls to get in line, see who should get better. To our song.
So yeah, that song "Get It Girl," man. To be honest, I don't know how much time we really got on this podcast, but like that song is probably like 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I feel like we got blackballed with a lot of the politics just putting the CD out. So we finally got a chance to put the CD out, and that was one of the songs that I think we really kind of liked at the moment. And I think girls liked it. And it was something fun to do. And then, right now some girls literally just like to shake their ass to the joint. I was like, all right, right now we're gonna put it out. And even though that's old, it's it's just a prelude to what we're actually really about to do. You know what I mean?
Okay, definitely. What about like upcoming projects? What are you guys got in the works in the future?
No,
we got a video nights out coming out. The song gonna drop. We got the album coming out winning. That should drop. That's like 8 tracks. Should be coming out. We got another album called Winning. That should be coming out. We doing the listening party that just listening parties and some other stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Right now we working on. Well, we got 3 products that we haven't released. And we've been trying to drop pretty much everything consecutively. So right now we probably just put out the F100. That's like 8 years old. And then we had another album that we put out that was maybe like, let's say 12 years old. To be honest, it sound old, but to be honest, I don't think people can tell if it's old or not, to be honest. and we got 3 other products that so basically we had so much material that we couldn't put it out because it costs money to put this stuff out.
Right.
And we didn't want to put out stuff that just put it out and get lost in internet streams. And be honest, we had it on the internet, but a lot of these sites literally stopped working no more. You know, like even DatPiff wasn't even working right. They redid the site, so we had to take all the stuff down and re-upload it. So we had stuff on the sites for like 10 years easy. You know what I'm saying? So now we have to kind of redo stuff because the internet to redoing stuff. So we got new music as of today. Literally before we just jumped on this podcast, we just finished up our album pre-listening party. So we had a conference, listened to some new music. So we got that coming out. We got the Lights Out video that goes on the F100 album that you just seen online. Then we're gonna do an album listening party, the official one. And right now I'm curating a Spotify playlist called the Fatal 9. Right now we're on volume 7 with multiple artists, mainstream, local, unsigned. It's really honestly anybody who got the hottest music in any city. I've been pretty much tapping in with them and talk to them, and be honest, it's actually really fun. I mean, like I don't know if you had a chance to actually listen to any of them, but they all have a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So we looking for a certain vibe, and I told somebody like 10 minutes ago, I'm looking for the Fatal vibe and everybody else. So, you know, we got a certain energy, and I feel like our energy is indigenous to us. You know what I'm saying? We hype. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody hype like us in DC for real. Like we've been doing this shit for since '98. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we a little older, but you know, music is a little bit different nowadays. But we still hype. Like our show performances is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we gonna.
That's what I enjoy. That's one of the things I enjoy about your music is that, like, you know, it is really hype. You know, being in the music industry, like, you know, for like such a long period of time. Like, what's something you've learned? Like, you would give advice to, like, you know, artists, like, you know, are just starting out.
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna answer this question. I want my boy. I got my boy Jesse Sex in the back. This is our host, our bartender, and he's gonna be our new spokesmodel in a little bit. So I want go ahead and introduce yourself, my man.
How you doing? My name is Jesse Sex, and as far as new people trying to get into, you know, the industry and everything, right now we live in a world where everything's online, everything's based off, you know, like social media. Right now we're in a position where people are now taking, like ownership of like their own music. They want to own their music. So now you're hearing a lot more people on like SoundCloud. You're hearing a lot more people putting out their own music on TikTok and things of that nature. And what we trying to do as a group is to, you know, like find that talent, because, you know, we want to like broadcast that talent, and we want to grow that talent, and we want to basically like get to a place where, you know, where everything like it's lucrative, like on both sides. And as far as, you know, like Lamont or Wu or like DJ Lucky, I believe everybody like believes in like that vision, trying to pave the way for like the next generation, trying to pave the way for people that are actually hungry and actually want to grow and take the music business seriously.
And I want to piggyback with. So my thing is, any new artist, I would say stop. And so here's a good thing. So I had a little youngin, a friend of mine's son. He could rap, and she was like, "Could you kind of put him under your wing?" And I'm like, "Let me hear what he got." And he had this spark. And I was like, "Damn, youngin, actually tight." I was inspired. So we put a whole mixtape out. And the only thing that stopped his mixtape from actually really coming out, meaning we got the cover done, the songs mixed, the master. He didn't want to put it to the world. And I'm like, why? He's like, it's not hard enough. It's not this, it's not that. And I feel like these new artists too busy watching other people. And they think that they set the precipice for what music's supposed to sound like. Because they think that their friends like it. But see, the internet kind of fucked the game up. So the internet got people in this mindset thinking that this is what it's supposed to be. So let me go ahead and make a video that jumping in and out the screen every 5 minutes. Nobody wants to hear a skit no more on their songs, because it's like, just get to the point. And I'm like, everybody just rushing, and I feel like you took the whole journey out the fucking music at this point. There's no more vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's why niggas go to parties. Niggas ain't even dancing no more. They just looking because the vibe is off. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now, people doing too much copying and following a lead of somebody who don't even know how to see. They're blind. You know what I'm saying? So I would tell these new artists, go off of what you feel in the music. And here's some real shit. We always did that, but this last album, my partner Wu right here who sleep, this nigga said, let's just have fun. So we went back to doing what we used to do. Instead of trying to make songs for this and that, trying to make a song for the strip club, make a song for the DJ, blah, 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 make a song in the hood. And that's where we went wrong. We had the wrong idea. We're just throwing in elements that didn't have the right ingredients for this mix. So we said, let's just have fun. So when the vibe was right, if I'm in an angry mood, I made an angry song. If I was in a freaked out mood, man, the freaked out mood came out in the song. And it actually, we captured the moment. And that's how this last album, every song here, right, in the God Dog, I'm actually proud of it because they were all created out of just the moment and the vibe. And to be honest, it actually shows. Like, we just had maybe 15 people in here, like a private little session, and they all couldn't say nothing negative about what they heard. You know what I'm saying? So far,
that's love,
every
man.
artist need to do their own thing.
Fatal Scenes, Half and Woo, like, you know, where can people, like, you know, catch up with you on social media if they want to check out your music, like, you know, contact you?
Pretty much anything that says Fatal Sinz, FATALSINZ. You know what I'm saying? We on Reverb Nation. We on YouTube. We on Twitter. We got like a couple of Instagram accounts. But pretty much everything is Fatal Sinz. And then we have Fatal Law to Success. That's our other Instagram account. And the new Spotify playlist is called the Fatal 9 Series. Just the way it sounds. The Fatal 9 is in the number series. So any artist that, you know, got some hot songs, man, shoot me an email, whether it's Fatal Sinz or you know, Fatal Sinz, keep it fatal at Gmail. Or you can just hit me up on Instagram or whatever. Shoot me a link, you know what I'm saying? Let me know you try to get on the playlist. I'll just put you on the playlist and we do promo on the joint. If you see the page, we literally doing like visual promos, pictures. I mean, we sizing people's stuff up. I mean, ain't nobody got to pay me right now, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you know, everybody got to have a stepping stone. So my goal is really to help facilitate those who can't do it for themselves. So a lot of people don't have the vision. You know what I'm saying? They just got the sound in their head. Some people can't bring it out, can't paint the picture. So I'm going to bring the brush. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring a canvas or I'll bring the paint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to help be a catalyst to whatever success that somebody else is doing and help, you know, amplify what they're doing if we can do that. You know what I mean? But for the most part, my main goal is to stop putting out whack shit, stop facilitating whack shit. People just putting sounds together thinking that shit's creative. And I mean, who am I to say what's hot or not, right? But I go off the feeling. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like if it's cold outside, it's cold.
Yeah, music is subjective though, because like a lot of people and stuff, there's, you know, so I was like arguing with like, you know, some people will say like, you know, Drake is a great artist, like, you know, because he sold the most records, but then some people will say like J. Cole is the better artist, like, you know, because he's artistic, you know, more like socially conscious, you know, or Kendrick Lamar. What do you guys think about like, you know, the battle, like, you know, have you been following like, you know, the Drake, J. Cole, you know, Drake, Kendrick Lamar battle?
I don't know.
I've been following them. I think that Jones are, you know, Kendrick came hard, and I feel like, you know, J. Cole came hard too. He could have came a little better, but he came hard, but he didn't apologize after that. So
Yeah.
he's there for the long. But Kendrick, man, that's the man right there.
I mean,
Rap is a competitive sport, so you got to come with your A game.
Yeah.
I mean, if they apologize, and I don't know what kind of politics that is.
I think the apology came from they was friends before, and he felt like they want to be friends after, and it's a friendly competition.
And I'm gonna piggyback on this. So if I had to apologize, that means he automatically took it the wrong way initially. You know what I'm saying? Then he caught himself, and I'm thinking like, how did you take this wrong? If it was automatically y'all was love there.
Apologized because he felt like he already won.
Well, I was thinking more like if there's love there and it's fun, it's going to be a fun bout. You know what I'm saying? I would got on there and start clowning them. I was like, man, I had your girl last week. Nah, I had your man something last week. You know, we be playing around like that. But he looked like he probably got mad for real. It was like, oh, this joke could really go left. It could go left, right? So I feel like if, and I just had asked,
Then
like,
who be in the public who got more fans?
I don't even know why niggas getting mad. It got to go from rap to guns, and it don't even make sense to me, to be honest. But niggas be in their feelings. I guess that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a difference if you got to survive out here, so you got to have a protection. But then it's like, I'm just gonna pull the blicky out in the video just to do it. The nigga shoot himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that shit about, but I feel like they taking the fun out the game. It's like, it's kind of like too many referees on the basketball court now. It's like they you know what I'm saying? They just doing too much. Let these niggas play ball. It can't be a foul every 5 minutes. You throw your hand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's weird, dog.
Right now.
Well, what's it like, you know, being in the music scene in DC? Because, like, you know, that's an area, like, you know, where it's kind of like known for, you know, having, like, you know, a lot of crime and being a dangerous area. Like, you know, there's a lot of drill rappers and stuff from that area.
So this is weird. So I'll say this. It ain't, if DC was like Atlanta was back in like early 2000s, mid 2000s, DC would have a different vibe musically. But because DC is DC and it's like hard life and niggas got to go through, you know, what they got to go through, you can't separate your normal life to go into the music life. You know what I'm saying? So that normal life is consistently across the board. It's always a nigga always looking at around the shoulder. Like, you see me doing like this because I always got to keep my eye out because niggas are always out here doing some simple, slick shit. So we don't have time to be the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got time to be trying to get into a creative mode when you really got to watch your back because niggas just, it's just that type of lifestyle. Niggas is broke. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people look at it as an opportunity, and some people do sucker shit, and that's a lot of half the crime. But then it's like it be some G shit out here, and that be territorial shit because, you know, that be that. But when it comes to music, it's kind of like the music scene can't grow because it's too less of a place where people can eat. You know what I'm saying? So niggas ain't eating here, so you can't get music out of here. You'll run into people in a past time that's like, damn, he tight as shit. Dog, there's bums here that rap and they tight. Like, I kid you not. Hey, you know that bum? I don't want to call him a bum, but it's a nigga that's like downtown, and he I don't know if he's homeless, but he can rap his ass off, and the niggas he like that.
You know, you talking about Cracamo?
Maybe.
Cracamo or Kokomo?
Yeah. Young and tight as hell though. Like, I mean, he should be signed, but you can't live that lifestyle because one, we ain't seeing it here. Ain't nobody putting no money into no artists here. You know what I'm saying? So you might pull a couple of artists out of our area or around the vicinity of the area, but it ain't really like how it is in like Queensbridge, and Nas was right there, and everybody, you know, you got Big L right there, and the big twins, and you know what I'm saying, like the whole, you know, Cameron, everybody's like in the same boondocks right there. You know what I'm saying? So we got shit like that here, but we ain't got nobody just pushing the people here like that. So I don't know, man. The scene is weird.
How, like, you know, what do you think the area needs to create it into more of a music hub?
What do you think the area needs to get this?
This area?
Yeah, to get this music hub the way it should be.
What kind of music?
Need more
Period.
supporters. That's more supporters, more fans.
Need someone with status to promote it.
People to spend money on a local artist instead of spending money on a Jay-Z or something like that. We need people to invest in our local artists instead of investing in out-of-towners.
You know, I was just watching a Freaknik, and they said when niggas came to Freaknik, they was talking about like JD, man, you go down that joint, like he was like the mayor at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a mayor that represented the music scene here and was like, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna put everybody on I fuck with, and then I'm gonna keep building my brand. I feel like people who here, they take this DC flavor and dip off. You know what I'm saying? DC and go to New York and go to Cali and
DC don't support DC. That's
yeah. So we kind of need like I don't want to say it's a person or maybe a group, but a collective source of money that stays here that just want to like, for example, let's say we had a radio station and we got some radio stations, but we need one radio station to really set the tone. Be like, we always putting on DC artists. We put this DC artist on, and that DC artist got signed, and that DC artist come from. We've been watching him grow for like 10 years straight. If that station said that, then that station is consecutively putting on artists. You know what I'm saying? But we got stations that play us, but they'll play you one time, and that'd be that. They not saying they're not gonna play you. They just not really. I'm gonna hold my flag for you for 10 years straight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's because we got too much talent here, so it's kind of hard to support everybody. You know what I'm saying? But some of them say that we all sound alike, which is a fucking lie. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. We need a conglomerate. That's what we need. And maybe just DC so small that they don't feel that they need a conglomerate. They can come here for Howard Homecoming, though, right?
Right.
Everybody
Like,
heard about that.
Yeah, like do you feel like the artists like that have been successful out of DC? I think of like people like Wale, like they've kind of like came back and like did their part, or like they could have did more. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I can't take nothing away from any artist that say they from here.
It's more like to me, DC don't even support Wale like they supposed to. So it's all about support.
What like so like the music scene, like what I'm hearing is like that the people there don't really support artists that are from the area locally. Like, do you feel like you guys get like
you know what? I think I know why. I got a good way.
Support now.
We got local support. Now here's the thing: we got local support. Like you go to a go-go dog, the go-go's be like that, right?
That's what I feel like DC is mostly known for is go-go music.
And the truth is, it really ain't. But I say this: the reason why other artists get more support is because you see them more on MTV. You see them more on endorsements. You see them more on anything dealing with music. So any award show is always New York, Cali, Florida, Houston. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear who's representing DC when they go to these BETs and Grammys and any movie outlet or. I mean, think about it. Like we got Taraji P. Henson, but that's just recently. Yeah. She been here before. You know what I'm saying? Like she been here. Look, there's a lot of people that went to Howard, but they get Howard degree, they dip off. They don't claim Howard after that. You know what I'm saying? I've been. I don't know. It's weird. So I feel like
like Dave Chappelle though, isn't he from DC? He's pretty.
That's what I'm saying. Now he touched down recently. You know what I'm saying? But when he leaves DC, I don't really hear him in those platforms saying, man, my DC homies. He might say it once or twice in an interview here and there, but it's not like I see Dave Chappelle, I know he's from DC.
Dave Chappelle is on art, like comedy and stuff like that. The school that he went to was an arts and performance school.
And that's a popular school. Dude, I actually wanted to go to this.
Support the art rather than the music.
Right.
Because if you notice, Dave Chappelle support like Talib Kweli and Common and stuff like that. But when it comes to DC artists, I never really heard Dave Chappelle shout out or say something about a DC artist.
I haven't either. Now that you mention it, I never really thought about it. But like, I thought that was like, he's done those like events, and like you said, it would be like, Talib Kweli would be like Common, Dead Prez, all New York artists pretty much, even though like I don't think Dead Prez like is from New York, but like they kind of got on in New York. Would New York be the closest music hub? Do you feel like it's like you guys kind of like have to go to New York to kind of network and deal with that?
I would say I would say VA and Atlanta, to be honest. I mean, definitely Atlanta. I'm gonna give you this. We went to Atlanta back in like 06 and 08, right? Our first time. I had a cousin, and she's been in the industry doing shit. So I said, I'm going to go down there and visit her. And she was dating this rapper down there, this nigga named Cheeto Gambino. Shout out to Cheeto. When we got down there, I didn't know nothing about nothing. But before I got down there, I was touching base with him, his peoples, his camp. And when I got down there, it was all love, dog. Like,
Yeah.
man, we went to the club, we went to Strokers, we went to Roosters. I mean, I ran into celebrities like Luda. We ran into fucking Titty Boy. We ran to Raz B. We ran to the late great the guy that got killed. The one that what's that dude named light skinned youngin back in the day? I can't think of youngin, but rest in peace to little youngin. He got killed. He was a mainstream artist. He had a song out with T Pain, and I can't the one that said something about all that something. Oh man, I can't think of the dude name right now. But this was a long time ago. But point of the story is when we got down there, they showed us love. They were screaming DC. You know what I'm saying? They was just like, man, how's it up DC? They scared to come to DC. I ain't gonna say scared, but they was like, you know, out here is you know, and I'm like, yeah, it's like that everywhere. But they showed us so much love, and I think other cities show DC more love than when DC don't show that type of love. So it's a weird vibe. So maybe people don't put DC on because of the idea of what they think DC is, and at the same time, people in DC too busy trying to give props and swinging on niggas' dicks from California. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just.
Man, if you visit DC, man, like what's some of the spots you should check out? Like, you know, the locally, like, you know, people.
Man, I would say you got
a big chair.
Well, it depends on what part of DC, like what kind of trip you going for DC. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say this: if you got family here and you want to touch down, you got to touch down with your family. You know what I'm saying? You hit like Haynes Point. You got to do a cookout. You know what I'm saying? If you know people that you know people, hit a cookout like Haynes Point.
So we got pretty museums now.
Yeah. If you
but like Smithsonian.
If you want to do your touristy stuff, then yeah, you go downtown. You hit your touristy stuff. You hit the Capitals, or your the African American Museum. The Jones is awesome there.
The White House.
The White House. You know, you just take your pictures and all that. If you want to party, U Street, H Street, and Adams Morgan.
Yep.
Georgetown.
And Georgetown. Yeah. Like, if you got more money and you want to have
Baltimore.
a certain type of, I mean, I don't know about
Baltimore.
The scene keeps changing a little bit, but like we got a couple strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? It all depends on what you coming here for. It depends on how you party here and how you move, you know what I'm saying? So you know, you can do a lot of different things. So it can be fun, or it could be, you know, educational. It could be anything you want it to be.
Definitely,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Half and Woo, I appreciate you guys taking the time, and
man, I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, you know, thank you so much for taking the time, and welcome back anytime. I'll definitely check out your projects and stuff and everything. I'm gonna host this interview later tonight, and you know, definitely feel free to repost and share. And thank you guys for, you know, taking the time. I appreciate all of you.
Hey, look. We definitely gonna relink because this was like a quick little impromptu. You know what I'm saying? You caught us on the sleepy mode. Look, we've been out here working all day, so I want to really get into more of a detailed. Like, we can go real detailed because like we've been in this game since '98, and we know a lot of niggas in the area. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we grew up with. I mean, just standing here tonight, we're still outside the studio thing. I don't know if you can see it, but we still outside. And just by us being outside, we done seen like 15 people that niggas ain't seen in 20 years, but we all know each other. And it's like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's tied into the music here indigenously. You know what I'm saying? Like where we at right now, I don't know if you can see it, this building here.
I can see it, yeah.
Popular go-go bands actually perform and practice in this building right now. Literally, it's a band up there right now. And I'm just like, damn, like, I didn't know Sugar Bear was up here. You know, Rare Essence. A lot of these go-go groups, they literally practice right here. And, you know, we just had a session here not too long ago. So, you know, it's, you know, like DJ Lucky right here, he plays with 95.5. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So,
you know, like, that's one of our local radio stations. You know what I'm saying? So like, we all tied in some weird form of fashion, you know what I'm saying? So right now, we just trying to link it all up, and we trying to do something different with this music, and, you know, try to step away from this streaming stuff, because streaming, you need to do a show about the streaming bullshit, because these streaming giants, they playing games.
No, yeah, like I've definitely, like, you know, written some blogs about, like, you know, like, have you like looked into, like, you know, how like all these investment companies are like buying, like, you know, into the streaming companies, and like, you know, they're basically like, you know, they're double dipping basically Whereas like
Yeah,
it's a lot of scandalous stuff going on with the streaming. Do you feel like
yeah,
I mean,
it is.
you feel like
It is definitely.
what is like some of the issues that you have with streaming?
Dog, like right now, just so this F100 album, right? It's an old album, and it took us too long to actually perfect it to get it online. And to be honest, our paperwork they kept switching the paperwork around. So you gotta go through BMI and all this extra stuff, and we didn't have to go through all that years ago. So we gotta go through publishing. So I finally started doing it the way that they want us to do it, right? Just to get your songs to get on the internet, because remember MySpace and Instagram and stuff like that, there was certain places you could put your music, and now everybody wants to have a piece of the pie. So you got to pay to play, right? I mean, you could put it on a free site, but then you can only have 2 or 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? So now to put a body of work to host it on these sites, you got to pay. So I said, fine, I'm gonna go that route. Now it's like all of a sudden, oh, everything is botting, it's phishing. As soon as I get on Instagram to share my link, oh, I can't send over to more than 20 people without getting my account blocked. These bammers took my whole account for sharing a link. You know what I'm saying? They talk about I'm phishing. And I'm like, I can't share my link? Then I get on Twitter, they're doing the same thing. I'm like, ain't Twitter the whole conversation is called tweeting? You know what I'm saying? To talk, to share your information. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have a thing called retweet. And as soon as you start retweeting it, it's like you're doing activities that's not accustomed to normal activity. And I think that's bullshit. They just want you to pay for promos. You know what I'm saying? They just want you to pay to play.
Yeah, like you know what I mean, and stuff. Payola seems like to be like a big like part of like like artistry these days and stuff and everything. It always has been, but like like I guess like early on in the internet, like you'd be able to promote your songs and organically like feel like get some push. But now it seems like it was like even like they're trying to monopolize that. Where it's like, it's like nothing like, what I mean, on the internet is just going to be able to grow organically. You're going to have to put a lot of money behind it, like to have success and stuff. Like, what do you think about like, just the idea of payola just in general? Like,
I mean, the whole idea of what they coined this word called organic, right? If you are a vegetarian and you want to eat vegetables, the word organic is now loosely put, if that makes sense. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, you ain't put no chemicals in it, but is that soil organic? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did this soil come from? The water that they put in it, is that organic water? Like, what do we consider the word organic means? Now they've been throwing this term around. So basically, they're telling me that organic is what? Just any account that randomly runs up on your account and say, hey, I like your song. Okay, cool. How did this account even get introduced to your song? Because in order to do that, they have to see you through somebody or hear about it, or they see a link in some form of fashion through a digital interface, right? So that means that I got to physically push a button, send a link out. The other person has to physically click the button to hear the link, and then physically go to that site and listen to the song and stream it. Now, I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, if I play that one link for 10 people, I'm only getting one spin, really. But it's 10 people of value. You know what I'm saying? They're not paying us for that 10 people of value. Then they want to say, oh, well, this computer is playing your thing in a loop. I could put my song in a loop, right? So you're telling me if I put my song in a loop because I just want to hear it more than once on my own account, that is kind of like a bot. That's not organic. But I mean, what do they mean about what's organic? What, I can't hear my song 10 times straight? I mean, I'm not going to be allowed to play my song 20 times straight and get my spins for it, because the law is you're supposed to pay me for my spins. So now these got these.
What do you think about like, platforms like Spotify though, like where they're like demonetizing independent artists, because they're like,
I think Spotify has gotten real slick, and they realize that we learned to do certain things, right? So they're learning based off of our movements, and they learned how to capitalize on limiting our movements. So, for example, we pay our subscription, whether we are artists or just listeners, right?
Yeah.
They got a big pot of money that they're getting in. Now the artist, you're gonna pay them what, a couple of cents for a spin, and I'm like, damn, when did one song go to like a couple pennies? Like literally, we used to sell songs like $3 or something like that, just a ringtone. You know what I'm saying? So they're controlling this spinning algorithm,
Right.
and then I'm thinking like, that's cool and gravy. Now you're not really they're doing too much. Like for example, they're taking our CD down. They took our CD down 3 times in the last 2 months, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, why you keep taking our CD down? They talking about fishing, botting, and I don't know what you talk about. I can't be held accountable for somebody else playing my stream, so they don't want to pay me for. We got 100,000 some streams that they don't want to pay us for. Can you imagine that? We just dropped the album in November, and we got 100,000 streams as of now, and they don't want to pay us for 100,000 streams. I asked them, I said, so if you know the companies that's doing all this botting, why don't you give me these companies so I can contact them to tell them to stop affiliating us with their company so that you can pay us for actual organic streams, right? They say, I can't give you that information. Oh, weird. You don't want to actually give me the company that you know is the streaming bot, but you're trying to say that I work with them. That doesn't make sense to me. So that tells me that they're in cahoots, or they just want to pick and choose on how they want to pay certain people. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what their algorithm is. I think they want to see one person, one account per play, if that makes sense. They don't want to see one account with 50 plays per account, if that makes sense. So for example, if you and 100 of your closest friends keep playing your CD or your one song, they will say that's fishing and bot. And there's 100 people that you actually know that actually playing it, but they want to say that that's botting because it's not an organic way of playing music. Who are they to say what's organic?
That's not fair though, because like, you know, like let's say like I wanted to support my friends, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna listen
and keep it on loop all damn night, right? Keep it on loop all damn day. Like, why can't we play the song all fucking day? Well, I pay for you to have my song there so I can play it all damn day. But here's the thing. If I do that, they want to put the commercials in. See, I pay for no commercials, right? Now look what Amazon did. I'm sorry, was it Netflix? Netflix just added commercials on top of the subscription that's not supposed to have commercials. These niggas are double dipping.
Yeah, no. Do you think it's fair for like, you know, companies like Sony and UMG, because like they own like a small percentage of like, you know, Spotify. So like, you know what I mean? And like, you know, you're paying for the advertising, and then like, you know, you're paying for like the streams. You know what I mean? And stuff, everything. So it's like it seems like that's a conflict of interest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and what I notice is, let's say, and this just happened to me recently. So I have an Instagram account for my business, right? I've used eBay as my main source of the money. So that I list on eBay. I use my eBay link in my profile header on my Instagram, right? So somehow Instagram erased my whole account. They said my account was I was putting up counterfeit items. I say, how the fuck you sell? First of all, I didn't sell nothing counterfeit, so I know that was bogus, and it didn't make sense. But the only thing that triggered me is I went to share a link, right? And then immediately after the link, my account did some weird shit, and then they blocked it, right? And I'm thinking like, now why would they do that? And it took me a while to figure this out. So way I figured it out is eBay also has an account with Instagram.
Oh wow.
So what eBay has been doing is, when you're a high seller, I don't know if you noticed this, but look at eBay. Every blue moon, eBay has these random things that they promote on eBay through their Instagram promotion. So if you go on there, because I was a high seller, they used one of my posts that was on my actual eBay site. It's the same picture that's on my Instagram site, and I think Instagram think that I'm copying the eBay post, if that makes sense. It's the same picture. So it's a clone of another picture, but it's actually, I'm the source. They just don't know that I have that stuff on eBay. Now, if they did the due diligence, they understand that that's my actual original picture. You can look at the script. That's the actual picture, and that's the same exact picture. But because eBay is doing their own promotion, they're doing their own promote with Instagram directly, it's a conflict of interest for Instagram to be paying, and I'm not paying, and I'm making money through Instagram through eBay, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man, definitely,
So
man.
I think Instagram wanted to do the bully move and say, "Well, I'm working with eBay. I don't know you for real, for real. You're not paying me, so I'm going to block your account because they pay me to promote whatever they want to promo on there, and they just don't know that eBay is promoting me too." You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how my account got taken.
Definitely. What do you feel like is the best place, like, to post music, like, today? Like, a lot of people feel like it's TikTok.
Dog, we just sat and argued about that for. I'm gonna let Lucky answer that one.
I think it's more probably the YouTube or
I heard Amazon.
or
I mean,
put a snippet on your
Apple was paying a lot.
on your social page
TikTok,
and see if you can get some
Amazon,
hits.
not
like on like
that-
Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
like
Instagram.
snippet.
Instagram's still pretty popular. I think, like, it's harder to monitor, on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
or just throw it in your stories or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Throw a
Yeah.
snippet, put a naked girl up there or something, make people click on it, and yeah, there it is.
that's funny because like soon as they start clicking on your link, that's when they started doing all this. Like I got this new promo page, right? And God, they took my promo page because I just was promoting too much and people was clicking too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm hearing right now, Apple is good, but someone told me just go to the source, just go straight to Google. Just go straight to Google, over top of go to Bing, Google, somebody that has rights into a satellite, a telecommunication place that has rights into a satellite, because then you'll have a unlimited streaming and unlimited source of database. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest, Google might be an easier way to get into on a Google business,
Definitely, man.
and they get all types of marketing tools under Google Business.
That makes a lot of sense, man. Fatal Sins. I enjoyed this conversation. We'll definitely have to.
Yeah, we're gonna touch back, dog. We're gonna touch back. This ain't the first or the last, for real, for real.
For sure, definitely. You guys have a good
All right.
night.
All right, see you.
That's a piece of love.
Stay fatal.
Definitely.